Welcome everyone. How you guys doing today? Welcome on this beautiful day. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for all your support. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. We will appreciate you all very much. All right. Thanks to all the supporters. Thanks to all the subscribers. If you haven't subscribe. If you haven't hit the notification, please hit the notification bell. Today our focus gonna be an overwintering plan. Overwintering plan. Well, depending on where you at, depending on which zone you in, I think overwintering plant might be necessary for some people. Overwintering plant might be necessary for some people. Now, the reason for overwintering plant is because the growing season, the growing zone that you have might be very short. And if you have a short growing season, I think you got to think about overwintering your plants. Like for instance, if you have, this is a pepper tree growing here, and the end of the season is coming, but if you notice, it's still producing flowers. This will be a beautiful plant to overwinter. So you make sure you overwinter them before the frost hit them. You don't want to wait until the frost hit them to overwinter them. I think you got to start now. Start overwintering them. How do you overwinter them? You dig them out their root and you cut off all these limbs and just leave the stalk, and you can put it in a container of soil and put it indoors. Make sure that where you put them is not a cold area, especially when you're dealing with pepper. It have to have some type of warmness, meaning the freezing, it cannot go down to under 30 degrees. Don't make it go down to under 30 degrees, because that's when you're gonna have the root might get damaged, and then you mightn't able to get nothing. The plant mightn't survive. So you want to have it in a room with the temperature over 33 degrees. All right. And in the spring, you can bring them out. Now, we have this beautiful sorrel tree. This is a beautiful sorrel tree loaded with sorrel. Very tall sorrel tree, as you can see, from the ground come right up. It's a very tall sorrel tree. Now, if you're in a zone and your zone is short growing season, a good thing to do is dig the sorrel out the ground, put it in a container, and take it indoors. I'm gonna give you an idea in a minute what I'm talking about, but basically you take them out the ground and put them in a container. Now, there's people who live in different zone who don't need to do this, because if you're living in a zone and the zone you're living into, you have enough time. You see, like this breed, you have enough time for them to produce, so you ain't got to worry too much about overwintering them, because at least you have time for them to produce. But if your growing season is pretty short, you will want to overwinter them, because when you overwinter the plant and the plant survive, what happening when you bring it outdoors in the spring, it just continue growing. Then you see it start pushing out new leaf, it start pushing out fresh leaf in the spring, instead of starting from a seed. You see what I'm coming from? If you start from a seed, it's best you start from indoors. Okay? But certain zone, even you start from a seed, you're not going to be able to get the amount that you're looking for from the plant because the growing season is short. So sometimes if you overwinter the plant, then you could bring it back out in the spring and it's going to start from a new plant, from an old plant continuing. So what it's going to start to do is going to start to push out new leaf. Then you're going to see it start pushing out new limbs. Then you're going to start to see it push out flowers. So it don't need to go through the process of starting from seed as a baby. The plant already mature. So what the plant's going to do is just continue its process. This is a 9 feet bell, 10, well, it's heading for 10 feet bell pepper plant. Now, this is a plant, if I want, I can harvest these pepper because this pepper is mature. As you can see, they're getting ready to ripe. So these are very well mature peppers. So now I can harvest these peppers and I can cut here, and dig up the root and take the root and put it in a container. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in a minute. But just because I don't need to do that, I wouldn't even try, because I don't need to do that because the growing season is long enough for me. So I stand a chance of able to harvest abundant over and over and over because your growing season is long enough. When your growing season is short, it's a whole different ball game. Let me give you guys an idea because I did a demonstration the other day. Now, this garden is coming to the end of the season and we actually in October. We don't reach the middle of October already and the garden is still producing, the garden is still doing well, doing beautiful. But now let me show you what is overwintering. Now, this is a pepper plant right here. And I did a demonstration on this pepper plant maybe like a week ago. I dig it up out the ground. I dig it out of the ground and I transplant it into this container. All right. So far, it's still, you still seeing some life in the plant. You still seeing it pushing new leaf in the plant. So now, I can cut this right there, cut it there and put it indoors. Remember, you don't want to put it where the soil in an area where it's going to freeze. Because if it freezes, the roots going to damage. So this is how you actually overwinter a pepper plant. You could take off all the leaf off of it, all the leaf, and just take it indoors. And this is how you overwinter a pepper plant. This is it right here. This is how you overwinter them. Dig them out the ground and transplant them into a container, full container with dirt, and take it indoors. All right, so this is how you do the pepper, and this is how you do most plant. Most plant, this is how you do most plant, and you're able to overwinter them in this form. We're gonna show you in a minute how to overwinter your banana plant so that the banana plant could produce. We're gonna do a whole demonstration on how to overwinter, and I'm gonna show you step by step how to overwinter a banana plant. All right, now this is another pepper tree right here. This is a pepper tree, and this will be a beautiful pepper tree. This is scorpion pepper. So this will be a beautiful pepper tree to produce, to overwinter, because this is a really good plant. You see how much pepper this thing is producing. So this will be a lovely plant to overwinter. So when you overwinter in plant, guys, when you overwinter in plant, you want to check out the most healthy plant. You want to check out the most healthy plant. The most healthy looking plant is what you want to check out. All right, and that's the plant you overwinter. This is a plant right here. This is what cilantro. Yeah, this is a cilantro right here. This I'm gonna overwinter this because I don't want to start it from seed. So I'm gonna overwinter. So plants like these are overwinter. But when you're talking about pepper, I'm also gonna overwinter the lemongrass. So we're gonna overwinter the lemongrass. We're gonna overwinter the cilantro. What else we're gonna overwinter? We're gonna overwinter the sweet stevia. This is just a demonstration for you guys to see. It's not really for me to overwinter because in this zone, you don't need to overwinter pepper. Basically, the only thing you really need to overwinter is banana. All right? But you don't really need to overwinter anything. This is for like in zone 6 and 7, in them area, zone 5, zone 6. You really want to get busy overwintering your plants. All right? Because the growing season is different than other zone. Other zone, the growing season is long. So you want to make sure that it's either you overwinter or you're gonna have to start from seed. And the thing is, if you start from seed, that does not mean you're gonna have a long enough growing season. We have the sweet stevia here. The sweet stevia, we're gonna overwinter the sweet stevia because we don't want to start from seed, because we want them from the time the spring come, you want to able to bring them outside, and while they push in their leaf, you just harvest in their leaf. We have another cilantro right here. They have a lot of seeds here. So I'm gonna take these seeds and I'm gonna throw them in a container. But these, I'm gonna overwinter these because guys, if you gotta buy one of these plants, it's pretty expensive. You might have to pay $5-6 for one of these plants. Same thing with this. So like these type of plant, I will overwinter, but the peppers, no, I'm not gonna, I don't need to do it. I don't need to do it. So if you have plants, instead of you have to go over and try to overwinter them, especially the herbs, instead of you got to overwinter the herbs, instead of you have to start them from seed, you could overwinter them because they're easier to control. All right? And like this one, this is a sage. The sage, we don't need to overwinter the sage because the sage can take the colder weather. So we don't need to overwinter the sage. This is an oregano right here. This is a very easy plant to grow, but you want to make this, you want to overwinter it because you will have to start it back from seed. So sometimes you want to be ahead of time. Instead of you fighting to start from seed, you could just have the plant, you bring out the container in the spring, or you plant it in the soil in the spring, and just like that, you have your plant producing. All right, so this, we know that this can stand the cold weather. We know that this oregano here cannot stand the cold weather. This is rosemary, and we also know the rosemary, you could leave the rosemary out. So just like these type of plant can stand the cold weather, the pepper cannot stand the cold weather, the eggplant cannot stand the cold weather, the okra cannot stand the cold weather. All these plants have to be indoors, so you have to overwinter them. If you want a quick start, if you want a fast start, you have to overwinter them. So overwintering is a really good idea for the people who living in zone 6, zone 7, this type of zone. Is very important to think about overwintering, because this is how you're gonna able to get a fast start. So when the spring come and you start putting your plants them outdoors, they already start producing leaf. And once they start producing leaf, especially with the herbs, you can start saving your herbs them right away. All right? Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. Share the video if you can, because this information is well needed. Thank you all for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, what I want to do now, I want to show you guys how I overwinter my plants, or how am I going to overwinter. I don't have the right container, but I like to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I like to show you guys that you guys could have a full idea of what I'm talking about. All right? Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. I appreciate you guys. All right. So let me set the phone here. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Don't forget to subscribe. Hey Melba, how you doing? Hey Luta, what's up? What's up? Blessings, blessings. All right, guys, so there's gonna be a plant that we going on overwinter. We want to try overwinter this plant because we don't want to start from seed for next season. What we want to do, we want to take this plant, overwinter it. Maybe where we put it, we might still able to get some fresh leaf during the garden, during the winter. But what we're trying to do, I'm just going to give you guys an idea of how we overwinter. Okay, so now this is the container right here, and what we're going to do, we're going to take this out the ground. Right, we're going to take this out the ground. Oh, this have a lot of new. Oh wow, you see here, look at how my plants separate. Look, if you separate the roots, you have a lot of plants right here. So this is a separate root by itself. Then this is a next one by itself. This is a next one. And this is the next one. So you have like 5 to 6 root that you could transplant in different pots. So what we're going to do, we're going to just keep them in this container. But next spring, when the spring come, what we're going to do, we're going to transplant them in different areas. So instead of we have one plant, we're going to have like 6 plants. So this is a really smart way as well. This is a very smart way, because now from one plant, we have like six different plants right here. So our goal is to make sure that we keep these plants in a nice area, nice warm area, that they can survive the winter. So in the spring, when we bring them out, they come out nice, ready for the soil. This is a cilantro. This is a cilantro plant, which a lot of people use it as a seasoning. It have a real strong it's really strong. Yes. So the goal is to make sure this plant survive the winter. Once it survives the winter, you bring it out and you transplant it in different areas. So what is actually happening here as well? Okay, all right, this is it. Okay, yes, this is a beautiful plant. People love this plant here. People love this plant. So when you do this now, guys, you want to water it. When you take it indoors, you don't want to overwet it. Once you have it indoor, you don't want to overwet it. So you see, guys, just like this is how you overwinter a plant. You dig it out the ground, you add it into a container, and you wet it. Now, if you have it indoors, you got to make sure you take it in before the frost, maybe in your greenhouse. Wherever you want to take it, maybe wherever you're taking it. Remember, it cannot stand the cold weather, so it will not survive if you leave it in the cold. So this right here is what you call overwintering a plant. Now, if you notice, watch here. So what you're going to do now, you want to get a little water. You don't want to do too much watering. So you want to take a little water and you make sure you wet it. You have to wet it because you now take it out the ground, so you have to wet it. Remember, you cannot leave this outdoor. If you leave it outdoor, you're going to lose the plant. Even the root, you're going to lose. All right? So this is very important. How to overwinter and save your plant. So just right there, you see we overwinter a cilantro plant. Now, when we want to overwinter as well, we don't really have the right tools, but we also want to overwinter a banana plant. So there's a lot of people who grow in banana plant, but the thing is, their growing season is so short that it's hard for them to able to even see the banana produce. All right? They make it so hard that their banana, the weather, because of the weather, right? As you see there, that's the banana shoot right there. You see? That's the banana shoot right there. Now, it's very hard for a lot of people, but I'm gonna give you a good idea of how to make your banana plant produce. And I'm gonna show you. Now, in the spring, right? This is what happens in the spring. The plants start pushing out new banana shoot. Now, this banana shoot is not gonna mature enough if you as a person that have to deal with the spring. With the cold weather, the winter is not gonna produce before the winter. Now, a root takes at least 3 years for the plant to start producing, okay? Now, when your plant get mature, you wanna overwinter it. Because if you don't overwinter it, then you're not gonna able to get no fruit from it. Then it's not gonna produce. It's not gonna produce anything because it's not young enough, old enough to produce. And by the time the winter hit, let me show you what's gonna happen. When the winter hit, this is what's gonna happen. The winter gonna dry the plant down. And when the winter dry the plant down, what's happening is gonna have to start over like that in the spring. And that is not gonna give it enough time to produce. So we're gonna show you today how can you save your banana plant from drying down like this. So because when this dry down like this, what's gonna happen, the plant have to start from new coming up out of the ground. And like I said, this is the new plant and it's not gonna be old enough to produce before the spring. So every year, all the banana plant dry down to the ground and only start back from baby. Now, the how we get this one to produce, this one produce as well, and this one produce, as you can see up there. How did we get that to happen? Let me show you. If you notice right here, we cut the banana right there, and we're gonna do a demonstration. And when we cut it here, we cover it. And what happened is, in the spring, we remove the bag and then it continue growing. You see what I'm coming from? So it continue growing from here, going up. Now, if we didn't overwinter it, it would have dry right down to the ground like that and start over from a small plant. So because we overwinter it, it continue from here instead of from there, the root. It continue from here. So now the plant itself, the root itself, is a mature root and also a mature plant that ready to produce. So in order for you to get them to produce, you have to overwinter them. And this is a method that works because like I show you right there, that's a banana producing right there. So this method actually works. So now how did we make this happen? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how we make this happen. We need to get you see right here? Every time you cut the banana, just like this one, you see what happened? It continue growing. Not because you cut it, meaning it's gonna stop. No, look what happened here. it's continuing. So we cut this right here, and look what happened. It just continue growing. All right, so now let me give you I want to give you guys a full understanding of what I'm talking about. Okay, so hold on a second. Okay, now I have to let me get something to cut the banana. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get something to cut the banana because I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. Yes, guys, welcome everyone. Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate each and every one of you. All right, thank you guys for hitting that like button. So what we're going to do now, we're going to give you an idea of how to overwinter a banana plant. And guys, please hit the like button. We will truly appreciate it. All right, so this is a banana plant, and this banana plant, if you overwinter this banana plant, it will produce next year. But if you don't overwinter it, what's gonna happen is gonna dry down to the ground, and there's a new plant gonna come up in place. So let me show you exactly what I did with the bag. All right, I'm gonna show you exactly. So what we do, we come here and we cut this. All right, that's it right there. So it fall down. It even make more room for this one. All right, so we cut it down. So after we cut it down, we move it. We're moving it out from here. We also gonna use this to make composting. So let's go and put it over in our compost pile. So we're gonna use this banana to make compost. That's our compost pile. Now, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. And as you can see, the proof is right before your eyes. That's the proof. Right before your eyes. All right. So as you see we cut off the top right there. Guys, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button, guys. Come on, double tap the screen, guys. This is real information. This is free information. Hey, Zilly Billy, what's up? This is free information, guys. Come on. Free information. If you have a banana tree in your yard, this method, and you got to deal with the cold weather, this method can help you, especially in zone 7, 8, 9. This can definitely help you to see your banana produce. All right, so now what we're going to do now, we're going to get a black garbage bag. A black garbage bag. This is what we're going to get. A black garbage bag. And what we're going to do with the black garbage bag? What are we going to do with the black garbage bag? Could someone tell me? Someone in the chat who following along. What are we going to do with this black garbage bag? Can someone tell me what are we going and use this black garbage bag for? For this nice beautiful banana plant here. What are we going and do with this black banana bag, black garbage bag? All right, so no one ain't responding. Come on, guys, follow along with me, man. Follow along with me, guys. This is a channel for us to learn from. All right, and this is one. If we also want to able to ask you question and you able to share with us. All right, so we want to know if you're following along. Is there anyone know what am I gonna do with this garbage bag? Okay. All right, okay. So what we take with this garbage bag and do, and now is the right time. You don't want to wait till the frost hit you. All right, so let me hear what Zilly Millie say. I'm not sure what you're going to use the garbage bag for, but I just have it too large from, oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful, Millie, really, that's wonderful. All right, so let me show you what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to take it. Before I show you, let me explain something to you, because this is very, very important. Now, if you notice this, notice what's going on here. This is just the skin. This is just a layer. This is just protection for this. All right? This is the life of the banana. This is what's growing. This is just the outer part. Look at it. This is just the outer part. This gonna grow and turn into a body just like this. All right? Cover the top. Very well, G. Very well, G. Very well, G. You following along, G. Thank you for that, G. Yes. What you want to protect? Why are you using this banana bag? You're using this banana bag to protect. Remember, the life come from the root and come up. This is just the outer part. Why are you protecting this? You see, look at this now. If you notice this, if you leave this for a few days, you're going to start to see this same thing coming out. If you start leaving it for a few days, you're going to start seeing this same thing coming out just like this. You see, because we cut this the same and we also cut that one. All right? Now, what's going to happen here now, you're protecting this area here, the inner side, because this is where the banana body going to push itself up. All right? So you want to protect this. This, you don't want no coldness to go down in there and penetrate it, because if the coldness go down in there, this, what it's gonna do is gonna rotten out the banana. It's gonna dry it out, rotten it out, and then what's gonna happen? It's gonna go right down to the ground, and then you got to start over from here. This one that we overwinter, that produce up there, This is the same method we did that I'm going to show you right now. So the reason for the plastic bag is to keep the coldness from penetrating the body of the plant, the soul of the plant, the life of the plant. So because the coldness will penetrate here and it will keep drying it down till it end up down to the root. So now what we're doing, we're taking a black garbage bag and we're covering it just like this. We're covering the black garbage bag just like this. If you get winter, if you get snow, this gonna keep the snow off of the banana. And what you do, you come down here to the bottom and you pull it tight to the bottom. You see like this? I'm using one hand, so it's kind of difficult. But you pull it down and you tie it right around there. And just like this, this is how you overwinter your banana plant. All right? So what you protecting, regardless to what, the root is going to come back regardless. So don't worry about the root too much. What you want to worry about is the body of the plant. This is what you want to worry about, because you don't want this to damage. So you're protecting this and also the soul, the heart, the life, everything. You protected it from the coldness to go down to the root and damage this body. So now what's gonna happen in the spring? What's gonna happen in the spring? Come on guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button. This is real information here. Look, the proof there, guys. That's the proof right there. That's the proof. And we already have that one already. So this is our second one we get in, G. Whoa, learn something in just 5. Thank you, G. That's the thing about this, G. On this channel, please subscribe, please hit the like button. On this channel, you will always learn something. Every time you come on this channel, I guarantee you, you're going to learn something positive. This, look, the full proof right there, guys. That's the proof right there. You see it? That's the proof right there. Okay. And we already had this one. We already have is that one. So this is our proof right here. This works. Remember what you're protecting. Just look what's going on, right? This is what you're protecting, this and the root. So once you cover the top, it stops the coldness from go down and penetrate down into the plant itself. So the plant gonna go like a dormant, but in the spring, you're gonna start see this happening. You're gonna start to see this coming out. The first thing is gonna start to look like something like a leaf coming up. Then the leaf gonna open out. Oh, just this. This is what you're gonna be seeing. You see this? This is the first thing you're gonna be seeing coming up out of this in the spring. The first thing you're gonna see is this. And with this gonna transform itself into a leaf, just like this one. Then this body gonna start to form and start to get thicker and thicker, just like this. Just like this. You notice this one? This is where we cut it last November, right here. We cut it last November and it continue and it produce. Now we're doing the same thing here. So instead of we allow the plant to go back to the earth and come back as a new plant, we protect it in this form, and full proof it works. This is full proof I'm giving you right here at this moment. Now, we in this fall, so what you're gonna start seeing in the fall, you're gonna still see it start pushing up, and you're gonna see the bag, you're gonna see it coming up in the bag. But as soon as the weather change, it's just gonna fall back. But seeing the weather is still okay, it's still gonna produce, it's still gonna grow, you see? We cut this, but because the weather is still nice, it's still growing. You're going to start seeing it in the banana plant because it's going to start raising. But don't worry about it. As soon as the weather changes, it's going to just lay itself back down. This is how you overwinter a banana plant in zone 6. Not zone 6. I don't know about zone 6. But at least in zone 7 and zone 8. Zone 9. These areas where you actually trying to save your banana plant, this is a perfect way. A lot of people pile a lot of leaf and this kind of stuff around it, which that might be a good idea, but this is the easiest and simple way for it to happen. And you know what? Last year it snowed. It snowed last year, but it did nothing to the plant because the plastic bag, and it produced. So what we're saying is actually working. We know that this one is not going to produce next year, but it will produce a year after. We know that this one going to produce next year. We know that for a fact that this one going to produce next year. Once it's over winter and it's protected. All right? So this is serious information I'm giving you guys. Serious. So if you have a banana plant and you want to save it, you want to overwinter it, that you can have your banana plant producing, this is a perfect way to protect it, especially if you're living in zone 8, them type of zone 9. We know for a fact, if you don't overwinter them, they're going to dry and going to go back to the soil. All right, but if you overwinter them, you guarantee you they're not going to die. They're going to continue their journey. And when you cut the banana plant, you could also use it. You could make compost tea with it. You also could just thing it up like that and just leave it here. But this is a compost pile we have going on here, which we're going to be doing a raised bed. All right, so that's how you overwinter a banana tree, guys. I hope that information can help you guys, because I know a lot of people who try to overwinter or who want to overwinter. A lot of people check their banana tree growing up so beautiful in the season, but when you think about producing, never stand a chance of producing. So this is a good way to help you as well. This is an avocado plant. Not planning to take it out the ground, but if you leave it, it's gonna come back in the spring. And my thing is, bringing them back in the spring, here the problem with me, we affect a lot of us, why we need for overwinter certain plant. Now, the thing is with these avocado plants, this avocado, when the winter hit it, is gonna dry right down to the ground, and even the stalk gonna dry, all the new dry right down to the ground. Then in the spring, there's gonna be a new stalk start coming up. So this old macho stalk gonna dry down because the winter gonna destroy it. So this old macho stalk gonna dry right down to the ground, and a new one, just like the banana, a new one gonna stay. So now, the best thing for you to do is protecting it. The best thing for you to do is protecting it. Some people will dig it out and carry it inside. Some people will, put a barricade around it and protect it. I'm still thinking, how am I going to protect it? Because I'm not taking it indoors. I want to keep it right here, but I want to protect it that it could just continue its journey every year. Instead I go down back to the ground and start, because you could never get them to reach to that stage of producing, because it's like it's a new limb every year. You want that mature limb in order for them to produce. Once they go down to the ground and start over fresh, that becomes like a baby limb. That becomes like a baby plant. So it's not really going to produce. It's definitely not going to produce because it's a baby plant. All right. We have another cilantro here that we're going to overwinter. The thing is, I have these plants, and if you don't take them indoors, you're going to have to start back from seed. So with these are small plants. So, I mean, you could do that. Small plants, you could do that. But when you talk about pepper plants and them thing, no, I'm not. So now, overwintering is taking them out of the ground and get a can. You see, this is a pepper tree that I overwinter. This was just a demonstration because I really don't need to overwinter pepper plant. That my growing season is long enough. We also have lemongrass that we have to overwinter. So this right here, this is another cilantro right here. So I have to put them in this one in a different container, but I just want to show, I'm just giving you guys ideas of how simple it is for you to overwinter a plant. So when you hear about overwinter, don't make it seem like, oh, what is, oh, I cannot do that. That might be very difficult for me. No, it's not. It's not. What you do, you dig the plant up, try not to damage the root, and you put it down in a container like this, and you add soil around it. Remember, your goal is to keep this plant alive. That's all your goal is. Your goal is to keep this plant alive until springtime. So when springtime comes, you bring it out and you put it back. And one thing I don't want you to do, I don't want you to get misled, because what has happened many times, sometimes we see the plants dry down, all its leaf dry, right? And because the leaf dry, we tell ourselves, oh, this plant ain't good, I got to throw away this plant. No. Sometimes the leaf is dry, but the root is still alive. All right? The root is dry, the leaf is dry, but the plant is still alive. So this is it right here, guys. Just like that, overwinter. And you don't need no expensive container to overwinter your plant. All your goal is to make sure that these plants survive. And when you have them indoors in the winter, do not overwet them, because that could be a problem, overwetting them. So you don't want to overwet them. You want to just keep them nice, because remember, when it's winter time, the place is cold. So you don't want too much water in the container. You just want to give them enough just to survive. All right? So just like this here, two of my plants that I need to overwinter, I could leave them in these containers. So just like this, guys, this is overwintering plants. This is the next plant here, which, this is my sweet stevia right here. And if you notice, this sweet stevia, it have a lot of seeds. So you could save seeds from this sweet stevia. But this sweet stevia as well need to dig up out the earth. Dig it out the earth, and you could cut off the leaf them and you could just dig it up and cut off right here. and stuck it in the ground, and it will come back in the spring. Because this one is a few years old, but I bring it out every year, carry it in every year and bring it back out. We have rosemary. This rosemary is no need to take it in though. Well, I don't have to take it in though. This gonna stand the weather. We have the celery coming up here. We have celery coming back. We know for sure that these can stand the cold weather. So just go around and think about the plants you love. Think about the plants you enjoy, especially the herbs them. And if you realize that these plants is hard for you to start from seed, overwinter them. Dig them out the ground, put them in a container, take them indoors, whether by a window, whether if you have a space in a garage, you could do that as well. If you have a greenhouse, that's wonderful as well. But you take them out, put them in a container, and put them indoors. And I'm telling you, you will be happy because guess what? Early in the spring, you're going to start to see leaf coming out. Instead of you have to start from seed and have to worry about them growing, make sure you see what I'm coming from. So, if you're in zone 9, 10 in these areas, you ain't got to do too much overwintering. You ain't got to do too much because the weather is nice in them places. But if you want to overwinter pepper, you could overwinter pepper. You want to overwinter sorrel, you could overwinter them. Look right here, this is a pigeon peas right here. And I have a big pigeon peas. Hi Leonie, how you doing? Leonie Jones, blessing. Hi Deborah, blessing everyone. Yes, this is a pigeon peas right here, but I have several of them. One of them is already, okay, let me see if this one is ready. Okay, this one is getting ready to start pushing flowers, but it's too late for flowers. So even though it pushed the flowers, it's not gonna produce, it's not gonna be ready, because when the cold weather come, it's not gonna be ready to harvest. You see, it's a tall peach tree. Look at it. But guess what? It ain't producing. Now, should I waste my time and take it and put it in a container, try to overwinter it? One time I tried to overwinter one right here, but it didn't turn out successful. But should I dig it out the ground and transplant it and overwinter it? To me, it didn't even make sense to me. So I would never do it. I would never do it. But there's people who I'm sure gonna take the time out and do it. But this is a pigeon peas. I start this pigeon peas from indoors last November. It's almost a year. I bring it out in April. And we in October, and this thing did not produce one flowers as yet. So pigeon peas is waste of time I growing them because I can't get nothing from them. Look, I have 3 more down here. This is 3 more I have right here. This is 1, 2, 3. None of them produce any flowers up to now. The other one, I have another big one. That one now start to push out the the pad light for the flowers. Let me check this one here. Okay, this one getting ready. You see that? This one is getting ready to push out the flowers. But it's too late. Let me check this one here too. Okay, this one too. You see? So they all at this time in October, they know, you see, look at it right there. You see? They're now getting ready to push out flowers. So there's no way you're gonna able to harvest anything from them. So it's a waste of time for me to grow them. All right? Eggplant. I never overwinter eggplant. Like I say, guys, there's no need for me to overwinter eggplant and peppers and these type of things, because the growing season is good enough for me. Because when you bring on, you start your eggplant indoors, right? When you start your eggplant indoors, maybe in January, February, you could start your eggplant indoors in January, February, and you bring them out in April, depending on which zone you at. You bring them out in April and you plant them out in April. Once you take care of them properly, they're gonna start to grow really fast. Then they're gonna start to produce a lot of flowers. Then you might see some of the flowers not pollinating, but then after that you're gonna see they start to produce a lot of flowers and they start to, hey Mr. T, how you doing? And yes, because look at this time, we're still in October heading for November, and I'm still getting eggplant still growing everywhere. Pepper still growing everywhere. Okay, Mr. T say cucumber. Well, cucumber is a plant you could plant all in the spring. All in the spring, as soon as the weather starts changing, you can put cucumber in the ground. They will, and cucumber produce pretty fast. So all in the spring is my favorite time of growing cucumber. You don't need to overwinter cucumber. You don't need to do that at all, because the crop is very easy, very fast to grow. All right? You see, pepper take months. Pepper take months before they start producing. So you have to take care of the pepper until they start producing. So if you overwinter them like this, dig them out the ground, put them in a container, and then put them indoors, whether in your greenhouse, wherever, bring them back out in the spring, they're gonna continue their journey. It's different than starting from seed. Okay? So at this point, we still harvesting bell pepper, left, right, and center. Watch here. Plants still producing flowers. What's going over there? Bell pepper. You see? Plants still producing, and we now make a massive harvest 2 days ago. Look what's going on here. We in October and our eggplant is doing fantastic. Okay, again, you know, this is another crop coming in right here. You see what's over there again? Eggplant like crazy, guys, at this point. And for the people who don't know about our channel, there's a lot to learn from our channel, and you should subscribe if you really want to learn about organic gardening. Because we are organic garden channel, and we really try to share these information with others. So we're not telling you you have to grow your garden like us. We're not saying you have to grow your garden like us, but there's a lot of information you can gain from us. All right? Let's see, we have bell pepper. We now harvest so much bell pepper, guys. I watch. Our plant is still producing like wildfire. Hot pepper, all kind of pepper. So our garden did really, really well this garden season again. So guys, I just want to say you guys, thank you all. Thanks everyone who come in here and hit the like button. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys for all the support. You guys mean so much to me, because if it ain't for you guys, I wouldn't be posting videos, I wouldn't be doing live. It's the motivation that you guys give me that make me continue posting. So when you hit the like button, that really motivates me to even come out here and show you live videos. All right, I also feel proud to be able to show my audience a 9.5 bell pepper plant. 9.5 from the ground, come right up, right up, right up, right up. 9.5 feet bell pepper plant. I'm so proud and honored to share this with you guys. All right. Lots of bell pepper still, guys. Everywhere are we in October, guys. Watch. Small one too coming in. What? Look at this limb here. Peppers everywhere, guys. Okay, we are right. Pepper here coming in too. So it's always a blessing. And like I said, this channel, it's about motivating and encouraging. That's what it's about. Motivate and encourage. So by seeing how we do and what we do, and see the progress, see harvest, see how much we're able to harvest from our garden, I think it's really a blessing. I also think it's a real motivation for the people who support, for the people who, our viewers. We thank our viewers for joining us. We thanking our subscribers. We thanking everyone. Thanks our moderators. And guys, I also want to share with you guys about our outdoor kitchen. Okay, so for the people who don't know about our outdoor kitchen, I'm going and definitely share that. I'm going and walk around and show you guys what we have going on so far. And the greatest thing about it is we actually using old material and do this process. So this is overwintering plant. We now overwinter them. We're gonna leave them right there for now. All right, guys, so let me go and show you guys about our outdoor kitchen. So we want you to join us, and we also want okay, hold on. Yes, guys. All right. So I'm going to take you to the outdoor kitchen. You see, that's more banana plant to overwinter. We're gonna overwinter these banana plant as well. Yeah. Yes, on this project, what we're doing, we're using like old stone, old concrete. You see what here? All these are old stones. All these are where we're going to be using to finish this project right here. So let me show you what we have going on here so far. So this is the peep for, we just want to, because there might be people here now who don't know that we actually doing this as well. And this process, it's a live process we've been doing. Everything we did here, we did it live. So this is another motivation for others. All right. So basically, what we're doing here, we're using old material and transfer them, bring them back to life. So this is our grill. This is gonna be our grill here. Remember, guys, we ain't finished. And remember, it's a process. We being creative and we using what we have and be creative. All right. All this is old stone that we pick up. You see, just like what I show you, and we putting them in place, putting them together. So, you know, you could just have an area for put your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this is it, guys. This is it. This is just the beginning. So we just want you all to tune in and join us. This is a project that we building from scratch using our old material we pick up all around, and we're gonna transfer this area into an area where you could just come, relax and enjoy. All right, thank you all again for coming through. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification. And remember, you can overwinter your plants them if you choose to. Just remember, you got to have them in an area where the coldness is not penetrating them. And once the coldness is not penetrating them, you stand a chance of keeping them alive. All right, so thank you all so much, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. You guys have a blessed and wonderful day. Peace.